Everybody, Warframe folk, we have Dante Unbound, Dev's workshop for the general quality of life updates. In theory, this is the Warframe update for all of the next quality of life to come, March 27th for Dante Unbound. So let's take a look. Hello Tenno, DevStream 177 noted a handful of quality of life changes coming for Dante Unbound. Dev Workshop will outline all of these changes and new ones that have developed since the dev stream. All players, upon downloading Dante Unbound and logging in, will get 2 built forma to use at your discretion because, hey, things are changing around. So, Loki ability changes. This is first and foremost. Decoy ability now absorbs 15% of the health and shields total of enemies within range when you cast it, instead of having a small fixed percent or amount. Additionally, Decoy now also draws 50% of enemies within base 15 meters. Scaling with ability strength and range, respectively, should make Decoy more useful in higher level missions as it survives a lot more exposure to enemies. Okay, cool. Additionally, Switch Teleport will no longer root you in place after the teleport. It will grant you a short burst of move speed after 5 seconds, 50%, scaled by strength duration. Cool. And then that's how that looks, right? You can always click on them if you want. You're like, oh, full screen it. What up? Can I full screen it here? Or does it just... No. So whoever this is at DE, I'm watching you with all these Warframe gifs. I'm watching you. Dante workshops? Huh? I'm watching you Giphy profile of Warframe person, human, who is a digital streams. Yep, I'm watching you. Yeah. Okay, anyways, Mirage, Eclipse, and Prism change. We have Eclipse, everybody. It's official. After DevStream 176, this is what they have done to Eclipse. It doesn't work with the lighting and everything, so how it works. Tapping, Eclipse provides Lunar Eclipse buff, increased damage reduction. Holding, Eclipse gives you Solar Eclipse, weapon increased damage. Scaling change. Since it no longer depends on lighting, buffs themselves no longer scale based on light level. Instead, okay, this is what it is. Solar Eclipse now has a base 200% weapon damage, nice. Lunar Eclipse now has base 75% damage reduction, sweet. We have lowered the damage reduction cap to 90%, previously 95%, to bring it in line with other damage reduction abilities, such as all of the other ones in the game. Cool. Helminth, diminishing effectiveness changes. Did they still nerf it? Oh shit, they did. Okay. Eclipse has been one of the most popular Helminth abilities, fixing its unreliability related to light sources, making its buff guaranteed, rebalances in order to compensate. Change does not affect the ability for Mirage, only applied to the Helminth. Solar Eclipse has a base 30% weapon increase. Previously 150, it was reduced to match the diminishing, okay. Lunar Eclipse does not change, still provides base 75, damage reduction cap also remains 75. Swap out everyone in Warframe. If you are using Eclipse on the Helminth to buff your Warframe damage for weapon, swap that out for Nourish, swap that out for Zata's Whisper, swap that out for Roar. Swap out Solar Eclipse for literally any one of the other better damage increasing abilities. So yeah, it looks like they did nerf the Helminth ability for Eclipse. Like, it's just pretty shitty now, and it's probably not worth using. It was already kind of not amazing before because unreliable, but hey, it is what it is. Oh well, I'm not really too mad, to be honest. In its current form, Prism's damage scaling is affected by environmental lighting at Mirage's position. Pose the same inconsistencies as Eclipse, so here's how it changed. Remove damage scaling based on environmental lighting. Makes sense. Prism now has extrinsic synergy with Eclipse. If Solar Eclipse weapon damage is active, Prism's damage increased by 100%. If Lunar Eclipse damage reduction is active, then the energy per second cost of Prisms reduced by 50%. Okay. This energy cost is calculated after ability efficiency considered, allowing it to exceed normal cap for efficiency. Love it. Hate it. Cool. Reduces energy or increases damage, right? Not really that bad. Garra, passive change. Similarly, Mirage Eclipse / Prism changes, realized Garra's passive also relied on standing in light, and therefore would have the same issues as Mirage regarding lighting and inconsistencies. So now this is how it works. When casting ability, 15% chance to radially blind enemies for 10 seconds. Each cast without a blind increases your chance by 20% until you do a radial blind. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. I love it. Now, Nourish Helminth change. Nourish is by far most popular Helminth ability. Goal is to not make it unusable, just not as usable. Lol. Nourish, when infused by Helminth, now has more alterations. Energy multiplier reduced from 2x to 1.6. RIP. Viral damage buff has been reduced from 75% to 45%. Okay. Yeah, no, that still means that Mirage's Eclipse is useless. Sweet. Everything else related to Nourish through the Helminth remains unchanged. Cool. You'll get some Helminth resources, so cool. Enemy bone window changes. Finally joins Void Rig and the enemy Necromech changes. Receives damage anywhere without damage attenuation instead of weak points. When their weak points are targeted, they'll receive increased damage. Intent is make sure bone window fights are less taxing. Will remain benefit of okay. Bone window weak points had looked updated to highlight better. Damage attenuation, per instance, was added to maintain level. The enemy bone window shield maiden and ability has similarly seen changes. We've improved hitboxes of a shield, shooting and destroying easier. Additionally, new VFX appear when you damage shield, improve readability. Cool. It'll just look easier to kill it, or how you're doing. Awesome. Now, disruption accessibility changes. Disruption is receiving changes to accommodate audio issues. While players engage with disruptions, we know there's been a request to de-emphasize audio, so here's what they're doing. When Demolist beeps are heard in-game, enemy marker will fade in and out in the direction of the Demolist. I love it. Closer you get the Demolist, more permanent enemy marker becomes. Within line of sight, enemy marker stays permanent. Red conduits now yellow to better prompt visual clarity between icons and Demolists. Okay. Make it easier to actually see it. Make it easier to support non-audio cues like visual cues, because more people play purely out of visual cues than purely out of audio cues, and it makes it a little easier. Either way, I like it. It's a good change. Not mad at all. Arsenal QOL change. Customization for invisible Warframes. Warframes now have invisible customization. No longer will you have to be strictly transparent. Warframes with invisibility abilities, Loki, Avara, Ash, Octavia, will now find customization options so that you can either make it so you show up more or glow more, semi-transparent, right? Visibility, colorization affected by primary energy color of your Warframe. Okay, so this is semi-transparent. Looks cool. You can still see it. This is transparent with glow, or non-transparent with glow. Okay, so semi-transparent it is, for me at least. Awesome. Netracell drop table adjustments. Okay, they're essentially Whisper in the Wall, value Archon shards, 2 rare. We're removing all non-exclusive arcanes from a drop table. Remaining items will have their drop rates adjusted. Oh, thank God. Exclusive arcanes, legendary arcanes, stay in. Other things have better drop rate. Yes, might actually get 5 Archon shards a week from Netracells, or 3 if you're doing deep Archimedia. Am I right? Not bad. So we have Omnia Void Fissure, new variant. Void Fissure appeared, Star Chart node, previously unchanged. Omnia Fissure will appear, allowing Tenno to crack all those relics. Other Fissure types, there will be an Omnia Fissure available at times, standard, Steel Path difficulty. Tenno must also have access to respective nodes on the Star Chart in order to gain access to Omnia Fissures, including any quests necessary for the node. So this was the universal Fissure we talked about before, Omnia Fissures. War Within quest for Lua, Angels of Zariman for Zariman, Whispers in the Walls quest for Albrecht and Trotties. And then Omnia Fissures can be found on Lua, Circulus and Uvarium, Zariman, Everview Arc, Void Flood, 2 Vila Commons, Void Cascade, or Albrecht, Alchemy, or Survival. Sweet. It's cool they actually outline that. Not mad at all. Steel Path will arrive. Access Steel Path variants possible. Okay, Steel Path bounties you'll earn standing. Hold fast. List is not exhaustive. Much more QOL planned for Dante Unbound to look forward to. Such as new player path improvements, change the UI selection screen, orbiter fast travel, corrupted jackal changes, circuit, melee slam changes, and much more. Official patch notes will provide full detail. So that is the Warframe Unbound, Dante Unbound Dev Workshop General Quality of Life update. Love it, hate it, love it more than the Warframe and Aros changes, love it less than the Warframe and Aros changes. yeah, let me know. If you want to support the channel, feel free, subscribe to any of the socials, YouTube, Twitch, like the video, that always helps out on YouTube, comment down below, check out any of the social medias, and use Epic Games creator code Pupsker. All of that helps out a ton. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you for the next Warframe or non-Warframe video. Cheers.